Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Small Business Social Show, where we're dedicated to helping you discover your own personal business model, as well as simplifying the process of creating, marketing, and growing that business. My name is Jill, and I am your host. And today, we're going to be talking about a topic that you may never have even thought about before. And the title of this show is, are there social media accounts in your business's name that you don't know about? I'm going to tell you, one, how to find out if there are accounts, and two, once you find them, what to do about them. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to this channel because every single week I'll be posting new videos that will help you to grow, market, or answer a question that you've been having an issue with that has to do with your small business or personal brand. It is really important to present a very professional and consistent presence on social media. And it's really important that your business has just one, in most cases, account on each of the social media platforms. Now, sometimes a new business owner may open accounts in the business's name and then move on to other parts of creating their business and totally forget about them. Other times I've seen well-meaning employees figure, oh, the owner doesn't know how to do social media, I'll do it for them. And that's not a great idea. But in a lot of cases, that employee creates and opens social media accounts in the business's name. So this is a really important process to go through, and it won't take you too long. So one of the first things I do is go through this process anytime I get a new client for my company, Fox Social Media. And I want to tell you how to go through this process as well, so you can clean up your social media accounts. And the very first thing you want to do is Google your business's name. And Google any nickname your business may have as well. Go through at least the first 2 pages on Google and write down all of the URLs that show up under your business's name. Now, I want you to create 2 columns. The first one should be anything you weren't aware of, and the second one should be the ones you are aware of. Now, once you've done this, look through everything, and you'll find things like some of the review sites, and you don't control what's up on those review sites. However, you can control the information, the basic business information. So you're going to want to make sure Google has your information correct. Yelp, any review sites, any informational sites where your name is showing up when Googled, that they have your information 100% correct. The next thing I want you to do is go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Snapchat, and Google+, and also LinkedIn as well. And I want you to go through and search for your business's name on those platforms as well. And again, add to your list every URL that comes up. And next, I want you to look at Yelp. I want you to find if there is a business page in your name already. If there is, I want you to take control of it. If there's not, I want you to create it. Now, this might sound like you're opening up a can of worms, but the truth is, if you don't do it, a customer can. Let's say you don't have a presence on Yelp right now, and a customer wants to leave a review. They can actually create the review by listing your business's name and address, and all Yelp's going to do is verify that, yes, that is an actual business, and boom, you have a Yelp page. So make sure that you take control of your Yelp page and complete all the information on it and make sure it is filled out, complete, and accurate. And the next thing I want you to do, if you do already have a Yelp page, is to read through any reviews that have already been left for your business. Now, some of you may have already done this, but if you haven't, make sure that you thank all of the people who left good reviews for your business. Also, if you see any negative reviews that are written by a competitor, written by someone who wasn't a customer, or are threatening, cursing, very hateful speech written in them, I want you to click the little red flag next to them and then fill out the report asking Yelp to remove those reviews. Now, it's not always going to work, but it is worth going through the process and trying to get them down. And it's important to make sure that you are aware of what Yelp's rules are, because if anyone violates those rules, that's grounds to have a review removed. And the next thing I want you to do, if you haven't already done so, is to decide which social media platforms your business is going to be on. If you are confused by this, don't know where to start, leave a message in the comments and I'll answer you. The ones that I want to recommend to you, if you have a brick and mortar business or you sell products, make sure you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, and you're on Instagram. Those three you really need to be on. And it's not as hard as it sounds. You can actually share the same content in many cases across the three platforms. So you're not triplicating your effort. You want to make sure that your main page on all of those platforms is absolutely complete. You want to make sure that your icon, your profile picture is your logo and is identical all over the internet. That's social media, your website, etc. It should be consistent. It should not change. Now, what do you do if there are multiple Facebook pages in your business's name? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to choose the main page, the one you want to keep. And my recommendation is one of two things. If possible, keep the one with the most likes. If you have one page that is so completely filled with amazing content, then you're going to want to keep that one. It's a judgment call for you in that case. So what's going to happen, let's say you have 3 pages. There's one you absolutely want to keep. You're going to make sure that that is completely filled out and accurate. And as long as the other 2 pages are for the same business and Facebook's able to tell that they're for the same business, they will allow you to merge the other 2 pages into the one you want to keep. Now, all they're going to do is move the likes over to the main page. The pages themselves will be deleted and you will lose all of the content on those additional pages. So be aware that the pictures, the posts, the content will not stay. Nothing will stay. All they essentially do is move the people over. Now, for both Twitter and Instagram, you're going to have to actually delete accounts that are additional if you find more than one in your business's name. My normal recommendation will be to keep the one with the most followers, because if you're worried about a username, that's easy. You can change that. Even if you do have additional pages that you don't want, get control of them. If you have control of those additional pages, you can delete them. If you don't, it's a more difficult process to go through and it's a little tougher to get them down. I want you to make sure that when someone clicks on your website, right there on that home page are your social media icons. And that when someone clicks on those icons, they're taken directly to that particular social media page. That will help your SEO, and it will also help people to know which page is yours and easily find it and navigate to it. So the other thing I want to talk about is that it's really important to keep your username consistent across all platforms. That's easy for someone like me to say, whose name is Jill W. Fox, and it fits, and I never run out of characters. It's not always quite that simple. So just do the very best you can and make sure you create that unique username. It's so much easier to direct people to your social media platforms when you have that unique URL for each of them. Taking the time to go through this process is not a lot of fun. However, 100% worth it. I will guarantee it to you. And this is one of the things you really need to do for your business. You need to be professional. You need to be consistent across the board, and you need to make it easy for people to find you on every single platform that you're on. So I hope that this short overview just gave you kind of an indication of how to go about this process. Now, if you have any questions, any comments, anything you need help with, just leave me your question below in the comments and I'll answer it for you. And I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel, because every single week I'm going to be sharing information with you that will help you to grow, market, or solve problems for your small business or your personal brand. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you in next week's video.